They left you. They doubted you. They forgot you. But what they didn't know was that every betrayal lit a fire inside you, and that fire was never meant to burn for them. It was meant to forge you. There comes a point in life when you finally understand that not everyone you call friend will walk with you to the finish line. Not everyone you help will help you back. Not everyone you trust will stand when the storm comes. And that's okay, because life was never meant to be lived depending on people. It was meant to be lived depending on purpose. You see, too many of us spend our lives waiting for someone to see our worth, waiting for someone to support our dream, waiting for someone to say, "I believe in you." But what happens when they never do? What happens when the people you thought would cheer for you become the same people who disappear when it's your turn to climb? Here's the truth. If your confidence is built on other people, it will collapse the moment they walk away. Maybe you've been there. You gave your all, you showed up for everyone, you poured out everything you had. And when it was your turn to need help, silence. No calls, no texts, no one is showing up for you. And you wondered, why me? You questioned yourself. Am I not enough? But let me tell you something powerful. You are not being punished. You're being prepared. Prepared to realize that your strength was never meant to come from others. Prepared to walk alone when no one else believes. Prepared to build your own fire when no one brings you warmth. Because when you stop counting on people, you start counting on yourself. And that changes everything. That's when you find a strength you never knew you had. That's when you stop chasing validation and start chasing vision. Listen carefully. You don't need applause to be great. You don't need a crowd to be called. You don't need everyone to understand your journey. The truth is, most won't. They won't see what you see. They won't feel what you feel. They won't understand the fire burning in your chest, because that fire wasn't given to them. It was given to you. There's power in walking alone. There's wisdom in solitude. There's peace in realizing that you can carry your own weight. When people walk away, thank them. They just freed up space for your growth. When people doubt you, thank them. They just gave you a reason to rise higher. When people forget you, thank them. They just reminded you never to forget yourself. Stop begging people to see your worth. Stop crying over who didn't show up. Stop waiting for someone to rescue you. No one is coming to save you, and that's your greatest advantage. Because once you understand that you are all you've got, you'll stop waiting and start working. You'll stop complaining and start creating. You'll stop depending and start deciding. That's when your life begins to change. You've got to build a mindset that doesn't crumble when people let you down. You've got to build a heart that stays kind but strong. Because yes, people will disappoint you. They'll promise you forever and leave in a moment. They'll celebrate you when you shine and vanish when you struggle. But you must learn to keep walking, even with tears in your eyes, even when your hands are shaking, even when you feel completely alone, because strength is born in the moments no one is watching. You can't build a powerful life depending on weak expectations. Stop expecting loyalty from those who can't even be honest with themselves. Stop expecting consistency from people who don't even show up for their own dreams. Stop expecting understanding from those who've never walked your path. It's time to take responsibility for your peace, for your focus, for your destiny. Because the moment you stop counting on people, you start counting your blessings. You start realizing that everything you need, discipline, courage, faith, is already inside you. Think about an eagle. An eagle doesn't fly in flocks. It soars alone, above the clouds, above the noise. It doesn't need approval to take flight. The same is true for you. You don't need a crowd to rise. You just need the courage to spread your wings. Even when the wind feels against you, that's the essence of greatness. Doing it when no one's watching. Believing when no one's clapping. Building when no one's helping. Life becomes peaceful when you stop expecting and start accepting. Accept that people change. Accept that not everyone will understand your mission. Accept that loyalty can't be forced, and accept that your journey is yours, not theirs. Because the ones who truly matter won't need convincing. They'll recognize your spirit, your fight, your hunger. And when they come, you'll know. Because they won't just talk about supporting you, they'll stand beside you when the road gets rough. But until then, walk your path alone. Keep your head high. Keep your spirit clean. Keep your faith unshakable. Because the world may not understand your silence, but one day they'll hear your success speak louder than words ever could. Let your results make the noise. Let your growth tell the story. Let your transformation prove the point. You owe no one an explanation, only evidence. I know it hurts when people you love turn their backs. I know the pain of being ignored after giving your best. I know the weight of standing alone in the dark, while others laugh in the light. But don't you dare give up now. Every lonely night, every tear, every betrayal is a lesson shaping your strength. The people who left were never meant to stay for your next chapter, because sometimes God will remove people to remind you you were meant to depend on Him, not on them. So when no one claps, clap for yourself. When no one believes, believe harder. When no one shows up, show up anyway. Because you're not doing this to prove them wrong. You're doing this to prove to yourself that you were never weak for caring, never wrong for believing, never foolish for giving. You were just in training to rely on strength that cannot be taken away. The truth is, people can walk away, but purpose can't. People can forget you, but destiny remembers your name. People can doubt you, but greatness still calls for you. So don't count on people. Count on the vision burning inside you. Count on the discipline you build when no one's watching. Count on the faith that never dies even when everything else does. Because when you stop counting on people, you rise above disappointment. You rise above fear. You rise above everything trying to hold you back. You become unstoppable, unbreakable, unshakable. And that's when you finally realize you never needed them to believe in you. You just needed to believe in yourself. So walk tall, walk strong, walk alone if you must. Because the road to destiny was never meant for the crowd. It was meant for the chosen. And you, my friend, you are chosen.